What's good, y'all? This your boy Black G92. Now, for this evening, not evening, but more so this afternoon, I'm going to do a reaction to this video made by YouTubers DangerVille titled "Why the Therizinosaurus Helped the T.REX Jurassic World Dominion Explained." So it looks like an interesting title. I've been watching the channel for some years now, so I'm going to see what this video's looking like in about 3, 2, 1. Man, it's crazy how it's only 3 days to my birthday. That's
Welcome
crazy.
to DangerVille. In classic franchise fashion, Jurassic World Dominion had an epic dinosaur face-off during the last moments of the movie.
Yeah, it did.
The iconic Rexy, the T.REX from the very first Jurassic Park movie, versus the Giganotosaurus and the Therizinosaurus, two newcomers to the series who were ready for their time in the spot.
It's crazy how he couldn't get how Jacob was mixed up how to pronounce his name right. That's funny, but yeah, that was. Now I'll say this: it was a lot of hype with the final showdown and a lot of speculation and such. And well, interesting. It didn't exactly live up to the hype, in my opinion. But I'm sure they already going to explain it. I'm sure they've also explained it in their initial reactions to the movie per se. But we'll get back to it.
In real life, these ancient animals would have never faced off in a three-way battle royale.
Nah?
But in Jurassic World Dominion, where things are far from real, the three dinosaurs met on the battlefield. The movie has been out for some time now, but still, here is your spoiler warning.
Yep.
The T.REX and the Therizinosaurus end up being unlikely allies in this fight, resulting in the death of the Gig. But why did these two dinosaurs work together when they seemingly had no reason to? We are going to theorize on this topic in this video.
I would like to know that reason as well, because they had no sort of connection to each other at all. They just decided to gang up on Giga. Yeah, I never understood that part. That's something I have to ask the script writers. But I like to hear what Jacob if Jacob has to say as far as his theory on why they would work together. But it's just always interesting.
Remember to chop the subscribe button for more dinosaur and Jurassic World videos. And let's get to it.
It's always interesting.
Remember, I can't use any footage from the movie since it's still in theaters, and will have to do my best to describe the scene to you. When the locust horde escaped and proceeded to catch the entire forest surrounding Biosyn ablaze, the dinosaurs were led back to the main ring-shaped facility in order for them to be able to hopefully survive the catastrophe. Somehow, dozens of dinosaurs were squeezed into this small vicinity. And we all know what happens when two alpha predators are closed in on each other. A fight between the T.REX and Gig was inevitable. The movie even hinted at this in a prior scene, stating how it was only a matter of time till only one of them was left standing. But the Therizinosaurus showing up for this fight was a pleasant surprise. Now I want to quickly say that while I love the tickle chicken in this movie, this finale would have been 10 times more epic if it was either the Spinosaurus, so we could finally close that rivalry in the franchise, or if they used the two other T.REXs that we got to see.
That's why I said in my... I'm sorry for cutting this video off, but that's why I said in my live stream I did my initial thoughts on Jurassic World Dominion. They would have been a lot more epic if it was like the buck and the doe that showed up to help out Rexy. And at least it could have shown the scene of them meeting Rexy prior to the fights with them, been more of a connection there, like with all three of them, as far as giving those two a motivation to jump in the fight. So that would have been a lot more epic since they like the same species, and the Gig is obviously the rival and all that stuff and whatnot. So it would have made a lot more sense if they were to jump in the fight to help out Rexy, as opposed to the Therizinosaurus who just pops out of nowhere. I mean, but as far as the Spinosaurus, yeah, it would have been epic if they had to write it in a way where it made sense, of course. But it would have been epic. This is close out the whole rivalry between the Rex and the Spino. It was like just a 3 all-out brawl or some shit, and then the best dino wins or some or whatever may have you. So I don't know. There's a whole lot of different scenarios that could have been a lot better than what happened on screen.
And had an awesome 3 T.REX versus 1 Gig fight. That would have been really cool.
Yes.
Especially since it was confirmed that these two Rexes are the doe and buck from the Lost World. I'm going off tangent here, but this was a missed opportunity to get an epic Ian Malcolm line. Oh, you.
We like you.
And to redeem the Rexes as the true stars of the series. Enough of my ranting, though. End of the day, Edward Scissorhands here played a nice part.
Yeah.
But why did it show up so late in this fight? Well, just like my other theory video, this is because this is a movie and that's how things work. If it was real, the reason why the Tickle Chicken was late to the fight could have been a very simple one. In this video, we discussed how the Therizinosaurus was at least partially blind.
Yeah.
So when it was being led back to the ring world, Bias in pace, it likely was moving a little slower than the others simply due to it not being able to see well. So the Therizinosaurus meandered its way into the fight almost by sheer luck. By the time it had arrived, though, Rexy had already lost the fight and was out of the game. Therizinosaurus, being highly territorial, could sense that the gig was the only animal left in the area that could give it any real trouble. So it knew it had to bring the fight to the gig before it could be hunted by the alpha predator. With its mighty size and deadly claws, the Therizinosaurus of the real world is theorized to be able to take on damn near any predator that was foolish enough to challenge it.
Yep.
So naturally, the movie version shared a similar perspective. The Tickle Chicken stole the gig's attention and gave Rexy enough time to regain her consciousness and get back into the fight. This is when the Rex and Freddy Krueger here became unlikely allies. And together killed the gig. While this is strictly just to make for an epic finale in the movie, and to harp on how Rexy always needs help to win the battle she's in, if this was real, why would they have worked together? It was simply luck, I think. The Therizinosaurus...
It sounds like it makes a lot more sense when we mentioned earlier as far as like the Therizinosaurus. Of course, it was blind because it was... I don't want to say it was confirmed. Yeah, I believe it was confirmed in the movie because... No, if y'all have watched this scene with the Therizinosaurus and Claire, it kind of has those whites in his eyes, hinting that it was blind. So it probably just stumbled into that area by happenstance and luck, and sensing the Giga in this territory in this little area, and whatnot, and just started just squawking at it and such. And plus, not to mention the Giga was that alpha predators would have ended up hunting the Therizinosaurus. So, that theory does kind of make sense in the context of that whole Therizinosaurus walking into the fight after Rexy gets thrown to the tossed to the side and just knocked unconscious by the Giga. So that theory does make sense. But anyway, let's hear what Jacob has to say on this.
The Rex was dead, if it even knew it was there in the first place. And so it attacked the gig thinking it was the only threat in the area. Yeah. When Rexy got her wits back, she was still in her fight with the gig mentally, so her eyes were still stuck on it as a primary threat. The sheer luck scenario placed the gig in an unfortunate position of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the two other dinosaurs brutally killed it. Now some of you may be asking why Rexy and Tickle here didn't proceed the fight right after the gig went down if this was real. Well, the only option there is that the two were severely weakened and worn out from their hike and then big brawl. Animals do have a cutoff point to where they won't attack each other anymore. We see this in the real world when predators drink side by side with prey. In nature, there is at times a natural truce of sorts.
Yeah.
So the two dinosaurs knew that fighting would likely result in them being harmed or even killed, so they chose not to battle anymore. I will note that if the two were kept in the ring world for much longer, that they probably would have fought eventually once they regrouped from this fight with the gig, so hopefully they got out in time before the love ran out. So what did you think about the big finale fight in Dominion? Were you satisfied, or did you end up wanting more from the fight? Let us know down in the comments. Keep your eyes out for a special Giganatosaurus video coming out on the channel soon. And as always, this has been Jacob, and I will see you in the next one.
That was the Jurassic World Dominion Explained video on why Therizinosaurus helped the T.REX. And based on Jacob's theory, it makes a lot more sense.
Right now, we're all feeling
makes sense. Because like you mentioned, how the Therizinosaurus just happened to walk in there and just hear the Giga in his turf and just focus on it. And then Rexy wakes up, he was focused on the Giga, and of course things are left for the new big bag dino. So that's how the fight ended and such. So Still was disappointed with the actual fight, though. Kind of expected something more epic, but for what it was cool. It was cool. You know what I mean? It was cool. And plus, not to mention, it does, as far as explanation of why they didn't attack each other, it makes sense because in real life, you do see like lions and zebras drinking at the same water fountain side by side, and the zebra not being in fear of said lion. So, happens in the real world. Damn, these gnats just flying in my face. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this video, and what else I was about to say? I kind of lost track, but anyway. I can't wait to see what DangerVille is going to cook up as far as a special vid on the Giganotosaurus. Can't wait to see it. Because, this is a pretty awesome design and awesome dino, even though it had less screen time. Anyway, if you want me to react to more of these type of theory analysis videos, be sure to hit that like button, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button. And if it's the first time I watch this reaction video, be sure to let me know what else you want me to react to. As analysis video, countdown, movie clips, movie TV series trailers, songs, music videos. And if you want me to do any sort of vlogging, be sure to post them in the comment section below. And also be sure to follow me on my social media accounts, which will be posted in the description box below. And also hit that donation link to my Cash App. If you're able to, cool. If not, cool. Let a friend know about the channel to help support the channel and all that stuff. So be sure to. And also let them know. But also, I like to also mention as well that the countdown to 1K subscribers is still on the way. This your boy Black G92. About to sign off. Holla at your boy. Peace.